I've been a fan of Casey for over 5 years. I used to watch his videos every single day when he posted at 8 a.m. Amazed by his storytelling and his lifestyle. I met him multiple times in VidCon and in the streets of New York City. I was actually in his 200th vlog.
This is the 200th vlog. Alright, am I gonna be in a vlog? Maybe.
Yeah, that's me. Meeting him is a one thing, but working with him was a dream that I thought I could never accomplish.
In this world, this shit doesn't exist. Previn here is gonna shoot it because he's really good at this stuff. Awesome.
Here's a video of me earlier that day.
You guys see this? I'm shaking right now. I just got a call from Dan Mays to be in Casey Neistat vlog. I'm shaking.
Walking through this door would mean a lot more than walking through the red carpet in the Oscars.
How's everything? Good, man.
We're making like a film to show Casey the hyperlapses. I put them in the beginning of a clip.
Dan here is talking about my hyperlapses being in the intro. I'm not here to tell you about my day with Casey, but instead I'm gonna tell you how I got to work with him.
See, 2 years ago, I was in college studying something that I did not really want to study. And all day, every day, I used to dream about filming and making videos and traveling. So I dropped college and started to pursue what I like to do, which is making these videos. As Tony Robbins would say, if you want to be happy, you need to study happiness. If you want to be successful, you gotta study success. If you want love, you need to study love. So what I directed to myself is to study success. So the way I started is by looking at the biggest of the biggest, and one of the people who I looked up to was Gary Vee. He shared everything that it takes to become a successful YouTuber. I read his books. He said, don't listen to anyone, just keep doing you. And one of the words he said in his podcast is, do not concentrate on your weaknesses, triple down on your strengths.
People should not listen to America propaganda of fixing the shit they suck at. They should be tripling down on what they're good at.
You can do 10 things to like the first degree, like this right here. And that's how well you'll do all 10 things. Or you can do one thing to the 10th degree right there. And look how much better you do that. So when it comes to focus, to put all of your energy into one thing is to do that one thing really well, to the best of your abilities, to take it all the way. And to scatter yourself means you're never actually accomplishing anything.
Look at this guy. See, my strengths were time-lapse and hyperlapse. I really studied them, I loved to make them, and I loved the whole process of it. So I just kept doing that for a while, until I read more and listened to Gary Vee more. He told me to DM everybody who I want to work with. So obviously Casey Neistat is not the choice because he's at the pinnacle of success and it's impossible to reach him at that point. So what I did was reach the smaller community, people who are trying to make it in the YouTube community, in general, social media, and start reaching up to them. I discovered Nas Daily and I reached out to him. There was a cell phone bar on his Instagram, so I called him. He didn't pick up and he called me back after 2 hours. I picked up the phone and then he said, hey, who's this? And I was like, is this Nas? And he's like, yes, it's Nas. And I was like, hey dude, you posted a story on Instagram saying that you want to work with creators. And he said, yeah, I'll be in town in 2 days, I'll hit you up and we're gonna make a video. So me and Nas Daily, we made a video and that was a smashing success. And he called me out to this 33% birthday party because he counts his birthday as percentages. And that's where I met Dotan Negrin, piano around the world. He hired me to make videos for him. I started making videos and did a lot of stuff. and he took me to amazing places like to California, VidCon, and that's where I met all the other creators, and I had so much connections with them. And I still kept working with Dotan until last year, September, kept producing videos for him, and I still kept that connection with Dotan and always had visited him in his parties or anything that happened. Fast forward to 2018, I think it was in May, Dotan threw a huge party, a YouTubers party in New York City. It's called Hustle NY. I started talking to all these creators, telling them what I do, what I'm basically good at, and they saw my work and they got in touch with me. I took their emails, we emailed back and forth. That's how I got to Sarah Dici. We executed on a project we worked on with Intel, and then I kept going to these events. So Candace Poole made a pop-up shop and I went there. That's where I met Dan and Casey. I introduced them to myself through Dotan, and they were so stoked to see my work, and they're like really interested in working with me. That's how I got to work with Dan, and most of my hyperlapses are in Dan's video. After Dan saw my work, he shared my work with Casey. Casey saw that work. He's like, dude, your things are amazing. I love your hyperlapses. Let's do something. So that's how I got to Casey Neistat. It's been a long journey, but it was worth it. This is like a cookie cutter version of it. If you would have told me 2 years ago that my footages would be in Casey Neistat's intro, I would not believe it. But here we are, 2 years later. I'm just so in shock. No joke, it's like running a marathon with these guys. Oh my God, we've been running around the city back and forth, taking shots. It's just, woo!